Hey guys, Journal Focus here. Today, I'm going to show you how I code. So, this right here is all the code that I'm going to do, but I'm going to change something up just a tad bit. We're going to change that up, and then, I'm going to change this up just a tiny bit. So, my plan is actually, instead of triangles, I'm going to do ellipses, because, it's not going to work. No, I don't have it anymore. I'll have to redo everything. So, okay, so I'm going to try and I'm going to call it bouncing balls because I'm going to make it look like as if it's bouncing off. Here's my reason. Oops. Ellipse. And now, behold, because I'm about to, I think I got it done. So I'm going to teach you guys how I did it step by step. Okay, so run the code. Now it should show up in just a second. Any second. There we go. Okay, so, oh shoot. Ah, crap. Hang on, I'm gonna have to stop. Okay, now we're gonna have to change up a few things. I want them exactly. 200. There. There, that ought to work. Them exactly like each other. Now, what we can also do is instead of see, look at this. This is pretty interesting, isn't it? We can actually try something else out. Let me try something else out. Check this out. So what I'm going to do is instead of 200, 100, I'm going to do 200. I'd like to change this up just a tad bit at times. Now, these should make them exactly round. Very round, not like how you saw them at first. This, in theory, I don't remember how they did it. But, alright then, it's perfectly round. 200 by 200. And go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop. Yep, pretty cool, right? So, I'm going to teach you guys step by step how I did it. And this isn't even the fun part. I love to do these kind of things, to actually change up the name for this thing as I'm doing this for a school project. I mean, it's perfect. I'm doing this actually for a school project, but at the same time, it's going to be video. Now, I'm going to pause the video real quick and delete it. Hey, okay. So I'm back. Sorry, I know I paused the freaking video, so. Alright, so to begin, we've got to start with a setup, which only goes out around once. While there's going to actually be two types of coding in this. Setup and draw. Setup is the thing that only goes once, like the size. And another example is setup size 640 420. That's what I'm going to be doing. As for draw, it's going to actually do my interaction, the look of it and everything. We're going to actually do a few a few cool things to it. So, what we're going to do, for example, is now as an example, I'm going to show you step by step how to do it. So what you got to do first is you have to put in void, which this is This is actually very important in your code. Void setup. That is also important. That you have to do exactly like that for both setup and draw. And then you put in parentheses, and then left curly bracket. This is going to be something on your computer. I suggest before you even get started on coding and everything, my suggestion is to you find the curly bracket. You press enter, and notice how my thing is instead of right here, it's indented. The reason why is because this is It's a very important key to coding. Now, next thing's next. We gotta put in size, right? This is actually going to be pretty interesting because I'm going to do a little experiment. I've seen this happen before. People say that if you were to put background into setup and size and everything, it does something a little interesting. Observe. So we're going to put in size. The one for the project, for example, will be 640, 420. Now, of course, you can do any kind of size and everything. But don't forget your parentheses, and especially do not forget your semicolon. Because if you were to forget your semicolon, it's like it will break the code. Like it will give you a syntax error and you will not be able to go through everything. Now, next thing. Now, we're gonna not put the curly bracket in just yet. We're gonna put background. I'll show you what happens. There you go. Background. And we're going to make it black. No. That's a lie. We're going to make it white. 255. Oh, shit. Alright. That's completely white. Now that we got that done, we're going to add the end curly bracket. Next thing. I think it's probably it. No. It's this. Okay. Next up is void draw. Parentheses. Curly bracket. Enter. This is going to create everything that's going to be in draw. So we're just going to give an example right now. I'll show you how to do like the interaction project that I showed you. It's simple. All you got to do is put in, like before anything, you've got to put in, like, oh wait, I already put background. So we're going to put in ellipse. So ellipse. Alright, now next thing we're going to put in, like for example, you can do anything, literally. But for me, I'm going to actually move stuff around. And the easy thing to do is mouse and capital X and mouse capital Y. These are your intervals to where the mouse that I'm circling around, it's going to move where that is. Now, some people will ask, what if we were to switch it around and say mouse Y instead in the first part instead of mouse X? Well, I'll show you that too. It's interesting. I love to do this. Okay, so we put in the size 100, 100, and then we end the parentheses. Oh, crap! Not again. We end it, and put our semicolon in. Enter. We put in fill. We're gonna do blue. So all we gotta do is the RGB scale, which is red, green, and blue. So you put in parentheses. We're going to put no red, no green, and all blue. That gives us a blue circle. And as for the stroke, that is our line, like the circle interval. What we're going to do for that, we're going to put black because our background is white. So we're going to put in 0, 0, 0. That means no red. That means no red, no green, and no blue. Then we put the parentheses, semicolon. Oh, I almost forgot the semicolon here. It would be a disaster. I'll show you why. And then I'm gonna put a second ellipse. So ellipse. That's all you gotta do. I think this is how you're supposed to do it. I may have it a little off. So okay, so we're going to make this ellipse. This is going to be our inverted. So mouse Y, comma, mouse X. We're also going to make this 100, 100 because we want our things to match right now. You can do it however you want, honest, but for this one, I'm thinking orange. In order for us to do that, I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Okay. Orange is, uh, okay, I think I might know how to do it. No, wait, that made pink. That would make pink. Red. Well, I guess we can do purple. That's easy to do, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in fill, parentheses, 255, comma, 2, no, wait, that would make something else. 0, comma, 255, in parentheses, semicolon. Now, all we need now is the stroke. We're going to make that black too, because it is important that we see the circle, even with the lines. Now, all we got to do is stroke. And there's a different method to it. I just like putting 0, 0, 0. Kind of like how I did the background. It's 255. That's completely white. So we can put 0, 0, 0. Oops. And then semicolon. And finally, as our token of gratitude, that ends the code. Now, as you can see, I didn't move background to draw because it's not going, like, I'm only going to let that draw once. It's going to make a mess, though, which is a problem. I'll show you why. Now watch. Hang on, waiting. Be right. Alright, that ought to do it. I think I messed up something. Like, literally, I think I may have messed up something because it didn't let me because it kind of had an error message. So, like, you see, like, right here, like, where it's at, like, where the lips was at top on both ends first, they're supposed to be underneath all the fill and stroke. Now, you see when I put background in, and how I made everything a little wonky? Now watch what happens. Behold, for this is actually like something that you see a day, you know. Like this is like I created this just by just bring a few things. See, like it's a little art animation that is pretty interesting. Okay, so check this out. We're going to make it completely black for a second, and then like if you the kind of illusion I'm trying to get off, you might be amazed. Alright. Voila. See? Pretty interesting, right? It's like I'm trying to create something like a blue rose mixing with a purple rose. I guess. But now, some of you might be asking, why is that possible? Well, simple. We only did the background. We only drew the background once. Now, say, I'm trying to remember something else. I'm gonna keep this a little short though, but okay. So we're gonna move this. Control X, and then boom, up. Control V. All right, that's gonna actually keep the background in draw. But trying to remember something. The question, like if yada yada else, that kind of thing. That's kind of hard to do in my book. I'm still working on it. Anywho, that's it. I'm done. And hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to leave a link to this very, like for people who use Java, you go on ahead and do that. But for people who actually want to learn how to do the processing that I did with this code, like this code here, like I'll do video after video. But I'll leave a link to where I got the coding and everything, and you guys can test this out on your own. Like, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.